TGC Requiem here. Got some Legacy Elves. I don't know. 2 natural orders and a glimpse. 2 do-nothing creatures. I think we mulligan this. This looks significantly better. We get stifled here, we can just scoop. Get a swords? No? So I'm guessing we're playing Miracles so far. Oh, now we're definitely getting something countered this turn. So that probably would have been a pretty solid turn had the counterspell not happened. As it was still a pretty solid turn. Have him against a bit of a clock. Again, based on what I've seen here, counterspell you don't usually see unless you're playing Miracles, from my experience. As popular as the card is, as much as people talk about how Modern needs a counterspell, Legacy barely even uses it. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. So we could do up to 8 damage here. The problem is we're really getting... Okay, so down to 7 damage. We're getting to a point where we, with all these brainstorms that we get... Ooh, Symbiote's good. I think I'm okay with this. And the plan here is just use Deathrite to... Probably should have untapped Deathrite at that point, though. So while he doesn't have any mana, just try and get under another Swords to Plowshares. So we can do 8 more damage this turn. No, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. One more top spin, yep. There is the terminus. Really should have bounced my Dryad Arbor there. That was a mistake. So we're not going to plan on doing anything for a little while here. It's possible that's a mistake with the symbiote, considering we can get 2 damage in, but I want to get to a position where we can actually do something. Puts him down to 1. This is where Shaman of the Pack would be pretty sweet. Run a Jite in the main deck. Oh, Batterskull. Batterskull. So it still puts him 2 turns off Batterskull. Alright, so we can play it next turn. Pretty certain Batterskull is 5 to equip. Yeah. Now, Monastery Mentor is going to be problematic. So he's going to be able to put out slow creatures really fast. He's also going to throw the Batterskull down now, so he'll be able to equip it the next turn. The classic control stabilizing at 1. I always forget, Batterskull comes down equipped. That's so sweet. I presume we're going to start getting some Divining Top bounces. Yep. Just start throwing out Monastery Mentor tokens. Gosh, I really wish I had that Shaman of the Pack right now. If I had Shaman of the Pack and I draw a Green Sun Zenith, think about where we would be. So what he's doing is he's drawing the top card, which is a Divining Top. He's then putting his Divining Top on top. Then he is playing the Divining Top that was on top, which he then taps to, again, put that top on top. So this is our turn. We got to come up with something right here. No Force of Will? He has a top in hand. He can't have a Force of Will. Daze. Just going to get an extra creature out there. I think with his lifelink, it's going to be too much. So he can top. It doesn't matter. This is game over. Alright, so match status 01. Oh, how we hate this deck. Piling Needle for sure. Kind of want to bring in Surgical Extraction, but it's kind of got to be paired with Cabal Therapy, Thoughtseize, and Abrupt Decay. I think we definitely go Thoughtseize. I don't know that we want to go Cabal Therapy. So we're going to pull that. Glimpse. Probably do something like this. Library is solid. So the only question here is, do we want to bring in Surgical Extractions? If we do, I think we just bring in one. And I think we're comfortable taking out another Glimpse for it. Our curve, the way we're kind of set up, it's so difficult to glimpse out there anyway. It's just kind of like a baby refill my hand glimpse. This is almost so good. If we knew that we were going to draw another land. I think we gotta keep it. We're going to kind of hope. We're going to hope here that he fetches or we draw a land. Try and jam this Sylvan Library. Hope we don't get swords here. Hope he's going for the top. Now we are certainly in trouble. Underground sea, huh? Really want to get the library down here. But I think it's a little presumptuous to run it out. Without any extra mana up. I think the better play is to go Visionary right now. So now that he's Force of Willed, I'm going to Sylvan Library. So I may still be wrong, but I feel like that kind of gives us a window here. Another Force. Well, at least we got him a card parity, and we can hit him with the Abrupt Decay the next turn, if our Dryad Arbor can live through a turn. really kind of hoping for a shuffle. Did not shuffle. Oh, this is beautiful. That is not beautiful. So ideally if he fetches, we respond by fetching and blowing up his top. So he hides it, but now if he fetches, he loses it. So he's got a, I guess it doesn't really matter. Fetching on your turn is not really a big deal, other than for thinning. Really should have probably timed that with his fetch. Unfortunately, we don't have Progenitus to cast, so I think we just go with another one of these guys. So next turn we can attempt to natural order into Craterhoof. Yeah, because if the fetch was on the stack and we had done that and he tried to hide the top back in there, then at that point it gets shuffled out. So definitely should have waited till he tried to crack his fetch. So much to learn. Well, that makes the natural order play tougher. So we can green sun Zenith for a Reclamation Sage. Similar situation to last time though, where yeah. So it's a similar situation as last time where he can just throw the top on back. I think we actually just gonna attack here, Green Sun Zenith for a Visionary, just to try and get some more card velocity going. So we're back kind of in natural order range. We're probably, talking about 10, I think. Yeah, so we get 10 damage with a 1/1 and Crater Hoof. So Reclamation Sage would actually be alright here. Yeah, I think we just are going to go to attacks. I think we'll go for the natural order the next turn. We're going to attack here, play Reclamation Sage through Cavern of Souls. He's going to have to throw his top back on top, which is not a big deal. He's going to pick his best card, throw the top up there again. The hope here is that we're going to get natural order. For lethal next turn. It's the line we are playing to. So he shuffles the rest away, does a top spin. So we should easily have lethal this turn if he does not have a counter spell, which is asking a lot. Choke seems like it would be really good here. We have just enough to cover 1 days. Guess we can Green Sun Zenith for another Visionary. Both Triad Arbors have been eaten. Ugh. At least he's getting lower and lower. I suppose we probably should have fetched for the other forest there. Increase our chance of drawing relevant cards. And that would have been the card we didn't need to draw. So it's interesting. We have nothing left to fetch for. I don't really feel like there's any need to play a land here. So we spent 15 minutes of our time so far. Terminus is bad news. How many? I just did it for one. That's interesting. Couldn't he have... Oh, sorry, I'm confusing myself. For some reason, I'm thinking Terminus and Entreat the Angels are the same card. Totally not. Mystic, here comes Batterskull. Thoughtseize would be pretty great right now. So we only need black, black, red, red, and blue, blue to cast Progenitus. Birchlore Rangers gets us to one of those 6 mana requirements. So we can try and Abrupt Decay his Stoneforge Mystic. So he's going to put the Batterskull down. The problem is if we do that, he just does this in response, and then he just spends... and he blocks, yeah. There's really just no good outcome. What we can do now, though, we can Abrupt Decay the Germ at combat, and hopefully he spends some mana before that. But super unlikely. So at least now we get to attack for 1 back. He doesn't gain the life. If we actually had Dryad Arbors to fetch into, we'd also be able to attack for 2. But alas. Ooh, Batterskull. Dang. So we could have named Batterskull there, and he would not have been able to equip, but Pithing Needle is getting bounced almost assuredly. I guess the flip side of that is... No, it's definitely getting bounced. Alright, well that's it. We're calling this one. There's nothing we can do. Once he equips the Batterskull next turn to Vendilion Click, attacks, gains 7 life, this game's over. So the one thing I would say with this game one mistake, I don't know that it made the difference, but it very well may have, is if I had waited for him to fetch, that would have been the time to Abrupt Decay, because then if he does spin the top or put the top back on top to draw a card, it's going to get shuffled away, and so that would have been the time to do it. So it was a mistake not to do it there, but that is what it is.